Hey guys, welcome to the live stream. We are here. Airrick is here. PAGEY is here. We're going to be talking about the latest news and this week's episode. I don't know. I kind of lost my voice. Anyway, we're going to be talking about this week's episode and what has happened. Hopefully a little bit of some flash ranting I'm expecting from Airrick. And I want to get your thoughts, obviously, on all of what's happened this week. But yeah. So welcome to the live stream, and remember you can send in your questions via super chat if you want to support the channel, and those questions will get answered straight away, or you can just message in the live chat and we'll be sure to get around to some stuff. But we do have some topics, and the first topic I want to talk about is the Flash. So rant time, maybe. Airrick, let's start with you. What did you think about the Flash this week?
Like I've done so many videos about it now. I talked about it so much, but it wasn't my favorite episode. I think that there was a lot of issues with the story in it. I don't think anybody was particularly bad acting wise. I think my issues with it lie within some of the elements that they did, like the whole kids of the Flash, like the Barry and Iris's kids being the forces and stuff like that. I think that was kind of stupid. The bringing people back to life, I think, was really dumb. I didn't really like. It's just a lot of stuff. There was a lot of issues with the episode. I think that there were some good parts to it, but it was, for me, it was the first one where it was very cringy. There was a lot of cringe moments. I don't know. I could rant about a million things, but it wasn't my favorite this season, honestly. So.
And PAGEY, what do you think about last night's episode?
Well, me and Airrick had the great debate, as I think they've put that. I think Joe Biden might have referenced it in his address to the nation earlier today. He was like, "Did you watch the after party yesterday?" And I was like,
yeah.
They were like, "No, what happened?" He pretty much recounted the entire experience.
Yeah,
he called Airrick, which I don't understand where he got that from, but anyway, yeah, he called me PAGEY as well. So Joe Biden. Yeah, got the pronunciations correct, but
you remember when you had War Stu call you that PAGEY? He thought you were PAGEY or whatever.
No, that was the guy from Comic Book Cast.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, when he's talking about Titans in Crisis, and he goes PAGEY. I'm like, what the hell? How did you get that?
That's funny.
There's only one G in there, mate. But anyway,
I thought it was War Stu.
Probably War Stu's probably done it. I think he calls himself War Star.
So thoughts on the episode?
I thought it was good. But I think me and Airrick discussed it yesterday. I think this episode was a divisive one. You either liked or you either thought it was like an 8 or you probably thought it was like a 5 or a 4.
Because PAGEY made a good point. He's like, within the first 10 minutes, you can decide whether or not it's going to go the way you want it to because of the way they set it up. So,
yeah, because it takes a while for them to actually resolve what's brought up in that first 5 to 10 minutes. Like they do it all towards the end. So if you were made a decision up in that first 10 minutes, like, well, this is stupid, or this doesn't make sense, then probably affected the way you saw the rest of the episode.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of had an initial reaction pretty fast, like you said, like first 10 minutes, definitely, like you kind of make up your mind. My reaction, like I really enjoyed the episode. I didn't really have any problems. I was a bit annoyed with like one side, and I was kind of like, oh, Barry has an idea because like the Speed Force is going to kill them and I don't want them to die, you know, like, so maybe I was siding a bit with Barry, but at the same time, like I kind of understood the other side. So I just kind of accepted it, went with it, and I was fine.
It's also very important to remember what happened not the week before, the episode before, with the whole Killer Frost storyline about people being able to have the choice to keep their powers.
That was the thing that we talked about, was that I think that people's opinions, even my opinion, might have been slightly different if it would have been directly after that episode.
Yeah, and that's why I think it was a mistake to take a break the week that they did. I don't know why they did necessarily.
Because I think those two stories do run parallel. They actually feed off of each other, but you don't get that when you have a break between episodes. So,
yeah. No, I get that. And I guess, like, well, let us know in the chat. What do you guys think about this episode? Because it definitely was divisive. I've seen people saying they hated it. Like, it's made them want to stop watching The Flash. And then some people are like, oh, I enjoyed it.
I had so many people that told me in the comment section, they were like, I'm not going to watch the show anymore and stuff, which I don't know if they're being honest or not, but people were saying it. So
Yeah, I don't know. It was like super divisive. And I mean, there was a lot of stuff that went down, and like obviously you had those two sides, but then I feel like one of the big moments as well was, you know, something that people were complaining about, and I don't think you have been like the biggest fan, Airrick, is you know, how they've been treating like Iris and like Barry as like kind of is like the power of love and stuff, right? Do you have any
Yeah,
thoughts?
I hate that in general. I hate the idea of the power of love in anything, unless that's specifically what the movie or show is about. And this one is like it. I don't know. It's corny to me. It's like I get that we're watching a superhero show, and I understand that, but it's like you reach a point where it's like, for me, there's a line you cross over where it goes from like just having fun with superheroes and doing silly stuff and going into cringe territory. And I think anytime it's quote unquote the power of love that does something, it's such this abstract way to talk about something that it just seems very corny to me. I don't like it on anything, to be honest.
Well, what would your opinions be if they named their son Huey Lewis? Would your opinions change?
I don't know if Ben gets that reference though. Does he? You get that?
He's watched Back to the Future enough times. He should.
Yeah,
fucking
I've
know
watched
what
Back
it
to the
is.
Future.
Yeah, okay. I think that would probably, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked at anything on the Flash when it comes to that. But I think the power of love is I think it's a very lazy way to include Iris into the story.
Yeah, well, the thing is they've always struggled to include Iris from day dot, to include her to the point where she's just there saying hello, or she's a plot device where she doesn't become a character. She's just a plot
why can't
device.
it just be scientific? Like, why can't we just quantify what it is that gives her this ability? Like, why can't we be like, yeah, go
it
ahead.
makes you wonder why they just didn't make it. They changed Iris from a journalist into like someone that's like scientific.
Yeah. I mean, there's other ways. Like, this is the problem. Like, I think they were going in the right direction with Iris and Team Citizen and turning her into this character that kind of leads these reporters on these journeys, investigations.
Like we spoke of tissue as well.
Yeah, and we talked about this. Lois on Superman and Lois achieves what Iris should be doing over on the Flash and makes it very interesting and very exciting. Like, being an investigative reporter can work. It works. We see it on Superman and Lois. It does work. The problem on the Flash is they want to inject Iris into these other stories when she doesn't have to be in those stories. She can be just as useful on the show and just as involved by doing what she should be doing based on the story they're trying to tell. That's why this power of love thing is so weird to me, because it's so adjacent to what she's already doing on the series that it's like, we want Iris to have this story, but we also want to inject Iris into this because we want to do this Flash family thing. Just give us a quantifiable reason. Just be like, there's residual speed force in her and it shows up and it's something that we can do. Like, the power of love thing is just so unnecessary and it's so cringe and it's so lazy. It just is.
Yeah, I mean, I do think it is cringe. And, you know, like, I was kind of like, as soon as they started referencing all of this, and then when the Alexa being revived thing happened, I was like, okay, fine. And I mean, I'm not mad about it. I just kind of accepted it. However, yeah, it's a bit silly, you know. And when you watch that scene where you just like, I can just imagine you were like,
which one?
When she got revived.
Oh yeah, I hated that.
They just didn't explain it properly. They just said, "Oh, they have a connection." So the only thing I can think of is that's saved. Like, the only thing I can think of is that something happens to Barry, and then that's when they explain it.
Well, Paige and I discussed this, that if they can do it because it connects with the people that have the forces, I really don't have too much of an issue with that. But if it ends up just being any person, then I'm going to have an issue with it.
Yeah,
so I'm going to wait and see what they do. Yeah,
it's a plot hole. Well, it's a plot hole if they don't continue it.
Yeah. Okay, we have a super chat from Silhouetted Animator. It's a $5 super chat. Thank you very much. And this is some controversy. We're not going to touch on this too much because, you know, we're not like
I'm glad this didn't happen before the after party, because this would have been on my show, but now it's on your show.
Yeah, we're not really got to be that much. But Airrick, give a tiny, or PAGEY, a tiny bit.
I'm not going to talk about it.
Airrick.
Well, I mean, what are we talking? Because it says Candice Patton is in hot water on Twitter. Like, I mean, are we just recapping what happened? I mean, is that really what it is?
Yeah, just recap.
She made controversial tweets back in like 2011, 2012. She deleted her Twitter because she got called out on it. This isn't the first time. By the way, guys, this isn't the first time that these tweets have been Like,
No, she
shared on
deleted the
Twitter.
tweets.
So, yeah, the tweets. She deleted the tweets, and they've been shared before. They haven't really picked up traction.
Until now.
I don't know if anything is going to happen because of it. We'll have to wait and see, because I mean, it really just depends on what the studio decides to do.
The only thing is that I think overall Hartley's were worse. The only issue that Candice has is that she actually used a slur in the tweets. Hartley didn't.
So, but I will say this in terms of like context, like if like outside of just the specifics, just the context of the tweets, like the CW is really big on diversity, inclusivity, and things like that. And these tweets do kind of go against that, which is kind of why Hartley Sawyer got in trouble. So it's going to be interesting how they handle it, because this isn't the exact same situation, but it's very close. So it's a wait and see thing. Like right now, we know they exist, Silhouetted Animator. Like we know they're out there. We just we don't know much else about it. Like
my overall thoughts on it are, if you thought it was wrong that Hartley got fired because of it, then I don't think you can say, "Oh, then Candice should get fired."
Right.
It's a hypocritical.
Unless
However,
you just want vengeance on somebody.
Yeah, unless it's vengeance. However, if you don't care overall and you just have an issue where it's double standards, then that's fair enough. That if you, but I think if you're like, well, I don't know if Hartley should have been fired for it, then I don't know if you can necessarily go, oh, then Candice should be fired.
I'll say this. Just like I said back then, I wasn't surprised that Hartley was fired. Like I wasn't surprised about it, because I knew that based on the reaction that was
also the timing of it. It was like at the peak of that, what was going on in America.
Yeah, with the Black Lives Matter and stuff. But I will say this with the Candice thing, just like with the Hartley thing, I do expect, if it does grow and people continue to talk about it, that I will feel like it's not right if she doesn't address it somehow, whether it's her people that address it or she addresses it. Because I do feel like if you pretend that it doesn't exist and they just keep trying to sweep it under the rug, the longer it goes on, the worse it's going to get. Like I do believe that's what's going to happen. So, well,
I think it's one of the two. I think it's either everyone forgets it by tomorrow, or it doesn't get forgotten. It just keeps building up.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, okay. I just typed in her name and I can't see it anywhere near the top, so I don't know if it's going to pick up.
Yeah, it's just if you type in Candice Patton, it's just the West Islanders, pretty much just tweeting stuff.
Well, that's because they're doing a good job of trying to draw out, basically. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, so we'll see about this. But thank you for the super chat, Silhouetted Animator. Daniel sends in a super chat, and thank you very much. He says, "Does Godspeed needs to be OP after this is over with, because I'm just ready for Godspeed. The power of love reminded me of Dragon Ball Super Ray Brianni. I don't know how to say that. Thoughts? Do you think Godspeed needs to be OP? Will he be OP? And are you ready to move on to it? I guess that's the kind of gist here.
I mean, how OP are we talking? I mean, seriously though, because if you look at characters like Zoom and Reverse Flash, they put in the work to be OP. We don't really know if these clones are capable, because they should be, technically they should be sharing their connection to the Speed Force, which means individually they should not be OP.
Yeah,
right, until they come together. Outside of that, I don't know. I don't know what OP would be, honestly.
I'm worried about it. I have a feeling it could be very drawn out, even though it's only going to be like 6 or 7 episodes. Because if they don't give like any sort of major backstory to Godspeed, and he's just
mindless speedster,
it could get really boring after 2 or 3 episodes. So they got to be hopefully there's something to it, because the thing is, we've already had Godspeed on the show. He's already been in 2 or 3 episodes,
and we had a beginning story for him. Like they gave us a setup for his story.
Yeah, so unless it's a different, and he's hinted that, and Eric Wallace has hinted that it's a different person, or potentially could be a different person. So I don't know, I'm a bit worried about it, because Godspeed as a character isn't overly interesting anyway. So unless they change him up a bit in the show, the thing they have on their side is that looks like it's only going to be about 6 episodes, 13 through to 18. That's where the Godspeed story is. And who knows? But my hope is that he's not the actual villain. That's my hope, that there's actually like
controlling the Godspeed.
Well, controlling, or there's just someone else there. Like whether it is controlling or manipulating, one of the two. Yeah. But I guess once again, it comes down to time. I don't know if you have time to do all the Godspeed stuff. We know he's in episode 17 with all the clones and stuff. I don't know if you have enough time to do the Godspeed stuff. Then there's this other person there, unless it leads into next season. So the person that was controlling Godspeed or manipulating him is actually the villain for the first half of next season.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see, but I'm not sure. Like, I think Godspeed is, well, theoretically, like we were saying, I think the clones shouldn't be super powerful, right? Because really, their powers should be split up if it is like actual Godspeed cloning himself, right?
Mhm.
But I think the normal Godspeed, although he wants like infinite velocity, I'm pretty sure he's going to be pretty powerful. But I don't think he needs to be as OP, if you get what I'm saying.
I don't mind him being somewhat OP, excuse me, if he has like one specific ability, but I think him being split up should technically split up their powers. But that's just me. So
Yeah. No, I get that. PAGEY, any last thoughts to do with that or not?
Well, in his first appearance, he dabbed, so I am hoping for either a potential twerk or chock or floss in one of these upcoming appearances this season.
Well, we will have to wait and
find
see.
out.
Okay, go on then, Eric. Silhouetted Animator sends in another super chat. Thank you very much. He says, I'm expecting August Hart being the Chronarch / lead Godspeed with a large army of other Godspeeds. Thoughts, guys?
I don't know if I'd want that or not. I don't mind August Hart being the lead. I don't know if I want him to be Chronarch, though. I don't know if that...
It's just another character. I don't know why. Just make him Godspeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pretty much agree. I think, like, you know, he should be Godspeed. And I guess there is a chance it could be someone else. And I'm not sure. Like, I'm excited. I'm kind of just excited to see, like, a speedster villain, to be honest. I know PAGEY's going to kill me for that. But, yeah. So I'm looking forward to it.
Wait, what did you say?
Nothing. I didn't say anything. What? No, I said I'm just excited for a speedster villain.
What if
I'm looking forward to a speedster villain as long as they're done well.
What if Nina is in charge? What if it's her because they teased her early on? What if she's the one like in charge of the clones of Godspeed?
I don't think that makes sense because we're still meant to, especially based off the 150th episode, we're led to believe he's still from the future.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, and she would I guess she's already like 30 or 40 in this timeline. So, what she'd be like late 60s? They'd do a late 60s villain.
Maybe, I don't know. They want to beat up senior citizens on the Flash. Just take them all out. It's like we talk down everybody else, but when it comes to a senior citizen, it's on. We're gonna go. Yeah, they gotta go.
The granny punch down.
She'd be like a speedster with a walker to be like.
Eric just dreams of beating up old people.
That's it. That's the dream.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next thing. So I wanted to bring up. So this episode they set up Camila and Cisco going away. Obviously, we kind of expected this to happen. We know over the last couple of years, Carlos has been a little bit disinterested from as far as we can see. So thoughts on all of that? And also, I'm pretty sure Camilla's going to show up in like the next couple of episodes from what I can see online. So I guess she's sticking around probably because she was in Vancouver at the time, but she's probably going to leave, and like Cisco at the end of the season, they confirmed. So thoughts?
I don't know if he's going to leave at the end. I'm not too sure what's going to happen there. It wouldn't surprise me too much.
Finale, though.
Did they?
Yeah, in the Airrick, right? Do you remember that? Didn't they say Cisco will be in the finale? Carlos will be in the finale.
You mean in the actual statement about him leaving or whatever? Yeah, they said something about the finale of the season. Yeah, they did say something about him being around for that, but I don't know if that means he's going to go away and come back or not. But yeah, they did say that. They did mention the finale in the statement. I wish I still had the article.
Yeah, here you go. They specifically say Carlos is in the finale, but not Cavanaugh.
Yeah.
So
that's what I meant. I didn't mention Cavanaugh. Sorry.
Yeah. So it says Valdez, who plays Ramon, will end his run as a series regular after the CW drama's current 7th season with an appearance in the finale. However, that doesn't mean he might leave in episode 12
and just come back for the finale. Yeah. Because the thing is, even if he's written out of the show because he doesn't want to stay in Vancouver and keep working in Vancouver, the reality is he's probably still going to be there long enough for them to film him in a finale episode. So. Yeah, it wouldn't be, or they might even film that his scene might be something they film before the actual end of the season. So
yeah, because Daniel Panabaker said that episode 12, which is Goodbye Vibrations, is a really emotional episode. So I don't know why it'd be emotional if Cisco stays after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that does make sense. Now you bring up the title. I forgot about the title. I guess
Yeah,
we'll
and then episode 13 is Cisco's leaving. So I mean, that's the.
What they say, episode 13 is the one he leaves.
No, I said the title is Cisco's leaving. Like that.
Oh no, it's Masquerade, Eric. The time's already out. The joke doesn't work. But
Yes,
we do know episode 14 is probably going to be crap.
It did work because I guarantee the chat didn't know about that.
Episode 14 is an Allegra episode.
Well, that's gonna be really good. I'm really looking forward to that because Allegra is literally like my favorite character of the season.
And put the cherries and sprinkles on top. Barry and Iris aren't in the episode.
Yeah, that's crazy, and that makes me upset because you do know that their relationship is literally why I watch the show. So I mean, them not being together is just a bummer to me.
If you actually lift up your hat, you actually do have West Allen tattooed on your forehead.
I do. You know, actually, like when they said "We Are the Flash," I literally was like, "This is the best show ever."
You were like, it's so relatable. Like, I love it.
I know, because I could totally get on board with a superhero show just being about a relationship. It's great. It's wonderful.
That's why you loved Inhumans.
I did. That's why I love Cloak and Dagger. Best show ever.
Yeah. Okay. So, also another person leaving, Tom Cavanaugh, is set to leave. Mm-hmm. Was it confirmed that this was his final episode? I don't know. Like the way that he left, I was like, really? Is this the end?
I think he's in another episode. I think he's in one or two more.
I just don't think we're going to see him after this season. I think it's pretty much. I mean, unless they decide to.
I think we will.
You think so?
I think because that's why they've created his type of character. His type of character is literally, if they want to use him, they can just use him.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a possibility. I'm saying I don't know if he's necessarily going to be available all the time when they want him. I mean, he might get involved with other stuff. So.
Well, once COVID's over, like, I don't think he's going to be taking up another series regular role.
Well, I mean, isn't he getting a lead on another show?
I didn't.
Did they say that?
So I didn't either. I just made it up. All right, let's go ahead.
Yeah. That's a classic.
But once there's no quarantines or anything, like these actors, like some of them would like fly home on the weekend. Like I'm sure they could fly up for like 1 or 2 days filming.
Oh yeah, easily, yeah. Easily.
Like with Carlos, I wouldn't expect he might be in the series finale or something like that, and it might be like a random episode where they decide to use him. But with Tom Cavanaugh, I think if someone's going to come back for like a guest role once or twice a season, it'd be him because it's such an easy character to use, or even if it's Reverse Flash related.
Yeah. Jamie brings up an interesting thing. Who do you think will be the Reverse Flash if Cavanaugh leaves? And Puff also said a similar thing. Do you guys think that the Reverse Flash story will continue? Will we get like Matt Letcher coming back instead?
I don't think Matt Letcher is going to come back and be a regular.
If he's going to come back for one episode, it'll be Reverse Flash.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be Tom Cavanaugh.
Here's the deal, though. I actually think that the Reverse Flash story as we knew it, where he was constantly involved with stuff, I think that will go away after Tom is gone. I don't think we're going to see it as much because, honestly, it's been a big part of the show. I just don't see them... Yeah, I mean, he can still come back and be the Flash's villain once in a while, but I just don't see that being a big plot point after the season. Maybe. I don't know. Tom is such a good version of that character. So...
Yeah. No, I get that. And just quick segue. I saw Airrick's Batwoman video the other day. We got your thoughts and opinions on the season. But this question says, Airrick, do you think the storyline of Javisa Leslie's injection, woman's injection with kryptonite, was because it was supposed to cross over? Thoughts?
I don't know because it went away very quickly. Like they wrapped it up pretty quick in terms of like not like what was like 4 or 5 episodes and then they were done with it. It didn't really go because the Coriana thing was kind of the end of it. So I don't really know if that was the entire reason. I wonder if that was I wonder if that was a plot point that was going to be something that was going to happen with Kate, like during the season, and they just kind of tried to use it with Javisia. Like I wonder if that was the point. I mean, I feel like it should have tied in with either Supergirl or Lois, but it was a weird plot point, wasn't it? I mean, it didn't really do anything. It sort of add a little bit of tension, but we knew that Ryan Wilder wasn't going to get killed off. So it was very odd storyline. I mean, I'm guessing it probably did have something to do with Supergirl, Superman, and Lois, but I mean, it's possible that at that point when they wrapped up the storyline, they realized they weren't going to get to do the crossover. Maybe they were just like, we're not going to be able to do it, so we have to end it. So,
and I just want to get your thoughts. So it has it been 2 episodes since Wallace Day premiered? 2 episodes, right?
I
haven't been watching.
Yeah.
And overall thoughts, you still hate it?
Well, she's had a mask on the whole time. Like she hasn't had a chance to really, she hasn't really had a chance to be Kate Kane or a character or anything. She was introduced, we didn't get to see her face, and then she immediately had a mask on, and then she's had a mask on ever since then until the end of this episode that we just had. So we really haven't had a chance to see her act as the character.
Okay.
The first time we're going to get that is going to be in this next episode. So as of right now, she's literally, it's Wallace Day doing an impersonation of Ruby Rose with a mask on. That's pretty much what it was. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's kind of disappointing, and like, I don't know, I was kind of interested in watching Batwoman again when they said like Kate Kane's coming back. I was like, what are they gonna do? But then this just doesn't get me. Like, I don't know, I kind of dropped off after the first.
I'll be honest, like if I were writing in this whole thing about like this changing of characters or whatever on Batwoman, my way of doing it would have been skip everything we've had at the beginning of the season, right? Get to the point here where Alice makes a face for someone that ends up being Kate, or that Kate just gets reconstructive surgery or Alice helps her or something at the beginning of the season that would have just let them recast Kate as someone else and then just continue the show from there. That would have made the most sense, because now we have this convoluted situation that is overly complicated. And if I were a viewer that didn't keep up with everything that we keep up with, I would be so confused right now with the show. I would have been like, what is going on? Like, it's just so utterly messy and confusing. They could have done it really simple, real easy, recast during the break. They had plenty of time because it was a longer break than it should have been. Recast during the break, get a new Kate Kane to come in, just say she had an accident, she had a facial reconstruction or something. And that's it. Move on with the story. This just seems like a really dumb storyline. So let's hope Wallace Day is good. I'm assuming she's going to be. We'll see.
Hopefully. Anyway, Cody sends in a $5 super chat. Thank you very much, Cody. He says, I really think episode 14 is going to set up Allegra becoming Wavelength, and Javicia confirmed that season 3 is all about Ryan in an interview with the Rap.
I hope so.
Yeah, so Batwoman.
The second part of that, Cody, I hope so, because that's all I really wanted for season 2, honestly.
Yeah, and I mean, that's why I think people were kind of excited going to season 2, like, especially me. I was looking forward to a new story with this new Batwoman, but instead, I don't know, we just didn't get anything like that so far, and hopefully season 3 corrects that. It's been very messy as far as I can tell, but yeah. In terms of the first part of the question, I really think episode 14 is going to set up Allegra becoming Wavelength. PAGEY, you got any thoughts?
What is it? I really think
being Allegra Wavelength.
In the comics, he's a villain in the comics, and I think he's her father in the comic, or Allegra is his daughter's name. I remember looking up when I saw the articles about it.
Eduardo Reyes.
Yeah. I think it's her father in the comics. She still has power.
I just know Wavelength's a villain.
Yeah, he was. They could make Wavelength a good guy, though. I don't think there's an issue with
like
that.
A twisted version. Yeah, like a good version.
I'm okay with that. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't like Allegra. I'm kind of lukewarm to her character. I don't think she's good or bad. I think she still needs more time on the show. She just isn't getting a lot of attention, and her story was kind of tied to Nash Wells, so we need to see her outside of that for a little bit. So we'll see.
I think we said it sometime, I can't remember what it was, but I think the only reason she's on the show is because, well, Eric Wallace created her. If he didn't create her from the comics, then I don't think she'd be on the show.
Yeah. So I guess also what Cody means, like, maybe does she get like a superhero suit? Maybe.
Oh yeah. I think she will eventually. I think she definitely will, because Frost isn't going to be a regular character, so they need another like person. We lost Vibe, we lost Frost. on the Team Flash now, we only have one hero really. So we need someone else that has powers. So I think it definitely will be her. Plus her powers are relatively easy to do on a TV budget. So
yeah. And to be honest, like I'm okay with Cisco going away because like after that Chester episode, I really start to like him like even more. And so I'm excited.
I think Chester did really good. Yeah.
But like with Allegra, I've got to be honest, I think she's the most painfully average character on the show.
There's not a lot there right now. I mean, everything interesting about Allegra goes on around her. You know what I mean? Like her connection with Nash, everything that happened with her family and stuff. All of that is around her. Like we need to know more about her. And just sticking her with Team Citizen without giving her anything isn't going to help either, because she's always going to be overshadowed by Iris. So yeah, she needs more context.
Okay, we got another super chat from Turbo Studios. Thank you very much. Turbo says, I know this is a bit off topic, but do you think Esperanza Cruz Spooner from Legends was a follower of Ben Lockwood / Agent Liberty? Eric is aggressively shaking his head.
She's from 1977. That's where she was from. She was from the 70s. There would be no way for her to be a follower of that character. Just not possible. Chronologically, it's not possible. So,
okay, well, I don't have much thoughts because I haven't watched Legends and I literally don't.
Yeah, she was from the 70s, so I don't see any way she would have been a follower of Agent Liberty.
Can we get a 70s song remix from you, Eric?
Not on Ben's stream, because that would definitely
on
get
his Twitch channel, which he is starting. Yeah,
it's a good question. I think if she were in present day, possibly she could be, but it's like a 50-year difference. So I don't think
maybe she's a follower of Ben Lockwood's father
or his grandfather. Maybe
they've always done that.
Yeah, it's twerkalicious.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you very much for the super chat, Turbo. Daniel sends in another super chat. Thank you once again. He says, what do you guys think of Jordan Fisher? I think he's a really cool person, very, very talented singer and dancer. What do you expect of him playing Impulse? So, thoughts on what you know about Jordan so far?
I literally know nothing about him, so
if it follows any track record of speeches on the show, he's either going to be a main character like Nora was in season 5, because they'll never let another speedster get more time than the Flash, obviously, unless they're going to be basically the main character through the whole season, or he's going to be Wally West 2.0, which means that he will be useful at very small moments and then completely unused otherwise. That's the reality of it. I like Jordan, but I don't think I think the problems that we had with Wally, unless Eric Wallace has a way to fix that, they're going to continue on with any other speedster we add to the show, because the effects cost the same. Like, here's the thing. The effects to make Barry fast and run around as a Flash is the same effects you would use for Wally, the same you use for Iris, the same you use for anybody else that has speedster powers. So they always have to keep that into the budget. And it's like, do we want to spend half the time of the episode on another character? I don't know. I think Jordan's going to be great in this role. He looks great in the part. But I just, as far as expecting stuff from him, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's expensive. So
yeah, I agree. Yeah. I agree with you, Eric, in terms of like, you know, they're going to run into problem. Are they going to make him kind of like Wally West? Or are they going to make him more like Nora? And Nora like took up like half the season. And I know like lots of people didn't like
half.
That. I liked her more than half the season. The whole
season.
Anyway,
from episode 1 to the last moment.
But in terms of him personally, I think he's really cool. Like he has a Twitch channel. I've seen, you know, him on Twitter. He seems funny.
I don't know if that's the emphasis for being cool.
Hey, look, I'm gonna have a Twitch show. That's cool.
Eric has a Twitch channel. He's cool.
Yeah, but Eric, you also made that terrible joke at the beginning of your Batwoman video that made me want to cancel you.
Oh, the one, but it's like the title is. I'll give you a clue. No, I mean that's the title. The title.
Yeah, can you not reenact it because it was bad the first time. Doing it 2 or 3 more times doesn't make it any better.
It's great. It's the best joke ever.
Fantastic. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Impulse, to Bart. I don't know much about like Jordan in terms of his acting.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't know about his acting, but I saw him on Dancing with the Stars, which is a show here in America. I don't know what they call it. I think there's this version of it in
I think it's
your
the
neck
same.
of the woods, Ben.
I
I
think
can't
it's
remember
the
what it's
same.
called though. Anyway, but yeah, that's
Strictly Come
where I know him
Dancing.
from. So, is it Strictly Come Dancing? Okay,
That's
yeah.
that's how.
So okay, but anyway, yeah, I know him from there. But outside of that, I don't know very much else about him. So
Yeah. Anyway,
it's kind of funny though because Keenan Lonsdale is also a singer and dancer, and he played Wally,
true.
and so they're going to have a family member that's also a singer and dancer. So that's kind of funny.
Mm-hmm. All right. Gary Gammon says, "Is the May upfront tomorrow, and are they going to announce the?" He says, "The full schedule, I guess." Yeah, the full schedule. So, is it tomorrow? I don't know.
Paigey is better about these predictions. So what do you think, Paigey?
No, they're not. They're usually towards the end of the month. I think they're usually midweek. So what would it be? It maybe like around like the 25th, something.
So in like 2 weeks or something.
Yeah, like a week and a half, something like that. I think that's usually when they are around there. Something like that, yeah.
But like if the upfronts go ahead normal time, say in the next 2 weeks ish, do you think they're gonna announce the full schedule, or are they gonna hold that back?
Repeat the question.
If they announce the full, do you think they're gonna announce the full schedule at the upfronts?
I don't know if they're gonna announce. I don't know if they'll announce the schedule. I think they'll announce it like Naomi's been picked up, Painkiller's been picked up potentially, all those other Powerpuff Girls, all those shows they're filming pilots for.
Fingers crossed about Painkiller. I really, really want to see that spin-off.
Yeah, I think that's where you're going to get it, and it wouldn't surprise me too much if they announce whether a show's going to end or not. Even though sometimes they might leave that till later. It depends. Sometimes they do it up upfronts, but they're getting back to like normalcy, or normality. So they might do it there. But
I actually, my prediction is I think a lot of shows are going to be basically back to their normal schedule, with the exception of a couple of them, probably.
Yeah, and they might also announce like if they're doing a crossover this season, what the crossover is, maybe potentially, because I think they did that with Elseworlds. Oh no, they didn't do it with Elseworlds. They said the Batwoman was going to be in the crossover. That's what they did at one of the upfronts. So they might do something.
Yeah, they had
the
logo up in the air.
Yeah, like they might announce, like they might just announce that Stargirl's going to be in the crossover next season or something like that. And that would be like this big, it's a new character. At least it says that there's going to be a crossover or something.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Gary. And talking about this, In the Game says the CW will probably push all the shows to the mid-season. Please talk about it. Well, we know that Supergirl and I think Stargirl is running till November. And we've previously talked about this and how, there is a possibility that like the Flash might get pushed back. How likely do you guys think it is? I'm not super buying into it because they said they want to go back to more of a normal schedule.
We briefly talked about this at the after party, is that it's very weird for them to shift a show time-wise that close to the end of its season.
Batwoman should be fine because Batwoman's on a different night. Batwoman should be fine. It's really Flash. That's because Superman and Lois, like I think they don't finish filming this season until I think it's July, if not maybe August. They're really, really late with finishing that show. So they're not going to be like, because I think Flash is meant to start in August, if not end of July, filming. So Superman and Lois will be a mid-season show no matter what. But with Flash, the issue they have is that Stargirl's on their night. So I don't know what they do there. Is the Flash going to be on a different night? Or are they going to move Stargirl at a different point? Or they move Stargirl later and push Supergirl to a different night because it's only going to have a few episodes left. Like, I guess at that point, like, if you're going to stick around for Supergirl, you wouldn't really care if it moved nights.
Right.
So they might do that. Yeah,
I really don't think, like, I don't know, for me, I feel like they would keep the Flash in the fall if they want to get back to some sort of normalcy. And I think they would probably move Stargirl. That's just how I think it will go. but I guess they could move Supergirl. Like, that's totally reasonable. But talking of Supergirl, I wanted to wait. Paigey, did you watch this week's episode?
Of what?
Supergirl, or did you fall asleep?
I just didn't even watch it.
You didn't.
I watched it. I've watched it. So
I heard it was really bad.
Well, we're going to talk about it now. So, you guys watching in the chat, tell us what you think of Supergirl this week. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you hate it? Did you love it? Let us know. So, Airrick, overall, Supergirl this week.
I was underwhelmed. I was underwhelmed by the episode. I don't think it was bad, like a normal bad, like bad writing, bad dialogue, or anything. I don't think it was any of those things. I think for a mid-season finale, it was a very interesting way to basically wrap up the first half of the season, because we waited all this time with Supergirl in the Phantom Zone, and when we finally get Supergirl back, we go on break. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I also thought that the last 5 minutes of it were compelling. I liked the last 5 minutes. I thought the last 5 minutes, like the last 5, maybe 10 minutes of it was really good. I think they spent too much time with individual stories and nightmare scenarios. I thought that went on for too long. After the second one, it didn't get me anymore because there was no trick to it. At that point, I'm like, I know what's going on. I know what's happening. Yeah. There's nothing more that we can do. There's no character growth we can have here. With everybody. So they had to create character growth, and there was always this trick of, are they in a dream, are they not in a dream? And as time kept clicking on, I'm like, it's just going to be a dream sequence all the way until the very end. And that's what it was. Yeah. I just think it was too predictable. It was meh to me. It was bad in the way that, like, boringly bad, not badly made. I don't think there was anything, like, the special effects were really good. I think everybody acted really well. It's just underwhelmingly boring, I think, is what I thought. But maybe some people like that kind of stuff. I didn't get into it, though.
I'm going to be honest. I thought this week's episode was pretty good. And I definitely thought it was, like, one of the better. Like, you guys know that the 2-part episode is definitely my favorite this season.
The Midvale ones,
really
and I understand why.
Yeah.
I actually preferred those. I'll say with my criticism of those, I actually preferred those over this episode, the 2 Midvale episodes. So,
yeah, because they were, like, completely different. Kind of, we had the main characters, but we were kind of separate from the stuff that was happening. And this episode, again, it felt different. Like, it wasn't that whole story, really. It was more about, like, the characters. And yeah, it was kind of like a bridging episode. And it was.
But isn't that what Supergirl does best? Characters. I mean, that's what they do. They're a character-driven show. So
exactly. And I felt like, I've had some complaints recently with how they have sort of written, like, especially David's character, Martian Manhunter John. I felt like he was a bit off. Like, there was that one episode where he was, like, screaming at Silas. Totally out of character. And, like, this episode, I felt like I could breathe again. I don't know. It just felt like Jean to me, and I was really happy to see that. And the way that it was structured, yes, it wasn't like, I get that it was repetitive and, like, you kind of understood what was happening, but I kind of liked that it was different. I was like, okay, they're going with this, and I sort of got into it.
But I mean, so with the first nightmare we had was the Alex stuff, and that one to me was shocking because I was not expecting it. Like, when Alex went into the airlock, and I'm like, what's going to happen? Because I know she doesn't die, but what's going to happen here? And then we got the reveal that was part of this nightmare scenario. And then Lena had hers. I think hers was second with, like, the Kelpie thing or whatever. And that one, I'm like, is this a dream or is it not a dream? I'm not totally sure. And then we found out that, of course, was part of this whole scenario. Once that second one happened, I didn't care about the other ones. I was like, okay, we need to move on to another threat. Either the ship is being destroyed or they're being attacked or something. We need another threat to break it up for me. I just felt there was a bit of monotony in just every person got an individual, like, nightmare story. I don't know. For me, that's why I felt that way. Actually, I'll be honest, thinking about Midvale, I know I was very critical about it because I hated the way they set it up. Yeah. I like that world. I like those characters. Looking at that 2-parter, I'm like, that's a show that I actually would go back and watch outside of the time travel stuff with just the young Kara, the young Alex, and all of that world. I would go back and watch that show every single week because it seemed like almost like Stargirl to me in a way. and I like that feeling of the show. And so coming back to this after that, I think that kind of it was a bother for me as well. Plus, not having Supergirl till the very end of the episode was also a little bit annoying. But
no, I see your thoughts, and I mean, I totally understand it. I guess it's kind of like the Flash. You have to accept it or you don't accept it. You know, there's like the two sides to it. So I guess it is like people have been saying it was like a kind of bottle episode, whereas like
it was about except for the last bit. The last little bit of it was
except for the last bit, which bridged over to what we're going to be seeing next episode.
And Nixie, we're going to see Nixie. It's Nixie all along, so she's coming along for the ride. So.
Yeah. So, do you think Nixie's going to be like the main villain? I know she's going to be like appearing when Mixie shows up. Nixie and Mixie. Do you think she's going to be the main villain? I'm not sure.
I think that I think she might be one of those flip characters. Like she starts out being the one that's bad, and then she has to help them with something. I think that I think we may wrap up the whole series with something that's going to threaten the future, because I do think that that's probably what's going to happen. Is Kara's going to have to go to the future, and I mean, if we're talking about dimensional evils, maybe that might lead to something like, well, we finished here, but now we have to protect the future, and so she's going to have to leave or whatever. I think that's what's going to happen. At least that's what I believe is probably going to happen. So,
yeah. No, I kind of agree with that. I do think they are building up to maybe like a future related end as well. And then just overall, Nixie, that was like the kind of cliffhanger at the end. Somehow she survived when she was on the ship. I don't know. Anyway.
I don't know how she survived though. I'm wondering if they're going to show us how, because she was inside the building when the whole thing exploded. So I have no idea. Yeah. Unless her powers saved her. She is a fifth dimensional being, so you know, maybe that's not enough to kill her. So
yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Ryan, this is on topic. Gary, we'll get to your super chat in just a second, but we're just talking about Supergirl for now. Was 601 of Supergirl filmed before the pandemic? Yeah, and that is why you had Melissa in that episode with the rest of the cast, because Melissa was on maternity leave when they filmed like episode 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and then she came back after. So yes, it was before the pandemic, and that's why you had Supergirl there, and that's why it felt kind of most like a Supergirl episode than all of these. Would you agree, Airrick? Like, I know it was kind of crazy. There was so much happening, but you did.
Okay, so yeah, this to me, like, as much as I say it's overwhelmingly boring, for me, I think that the episode did feel the most like the beginning of the season. Like all the stuff we had in the middle up until the Midvale stuff, which obviously was going to feel different. This one felt the most like we were getting back to like a normal episode of Supergirl for me. So
yeah, I agree. It felt, like I said, I felt like Jean was Jean, Alex was Alex.
By the way, David and Nicole were really, really, really good in this episode. Both of them did a great job. So
Nicole has been really impressing me these last 3 episodes.
we get to see her on something else soon. So I really enjoy her. So.
People have been saying Legends, but do you think she would fit in Legends? I want her to have like her own show, or I don't know.
If she doesn't get her own, I have a feeling that she's going to join the Legion. I think it's going to be her, because she desperately wants to learn how to use her powers, and we know in the future they have a lot more information on her powers. I think it would make more sense for her to leave with Brainy and Kara and go to the future than it would be for her to stay in the present.
But will we get a Legion show? That's the question.
I'd love a Legion show. But,
I hope so. That's my.
We'll get Mon-El back, and I'm sure Paigey is really excited for that. Mon-El.
Yeah, of course. I'm super excited for that. Cannot wait.
Paigey is hyped.
Counting down the episodes.
Just one final thing in terms of Supergirl, and then Paige, you can hop back in. This episode was directed by David Harewood. It was also written by Azzy. So do you think that is the reason why it was so character related? Because they kind of know the characters?
You know, I don't know. Like I said, everything on paper in this episode was fine. I think it was a really well done episode. I just think it was repetitive, and maybe for some people that doesn't matter. But I think that yes, every character had a chance and an opportunity to really showcase a lot of their ability on the show. And with Melissa coming back, they're going to want to make up a lot of time with not having her on the show. So maybe we're not going to have as much time with all those characters like moving forward. So I think this was a growth episode. But I will say it was kind of interesting. Kelly, when she was talking to Brainy, she made the comment about not feeling like she was enough. Do you remember this conversation? She was talking to her about how everybody else has power, or whatever, and she's just a person. And I thought, well, Lena doesn't have powers. I mean, she's a genius, but she doesn't have powers. But Kelly made that statement, so I feel like that's the beginning of this lead-in to her Guardian role. Was this week's episode with her saying that. So
also, I said it wrong. Azzy didn't write this episode. She wrote episode 12. I just meant David. Sorry.
Okay,
that's my bad.
Still a really good episode in terms of writing and directing. So
yeah, I enjoyed it. I had a good time. Supergirl is back. That's the most exciting thing. Next episode's title, "Welcome Back," are pretty obvious.
Can I ask you a question though? What's interesting? Yeah. I think when it comes back after this break, it's going to feel like the beginning of the season because we've had so many episodes that didn't feel like Supergirl. So yeah, for
sure. No, I totally think that. And recently I was talking to Cavanaugh, and he says that Supergirl, like the show, like they've been filming non-stop outside. They've been filming so much stuff, right? So I really do think they are, like you said, they're capitalizing on Melissa being around, Supergirl being around. They want to do everything that.
And that's what I want. That's what I need to see because it's the last season. So I want to see more of her.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
me too. All right, let's move on to some of these super chat questions. So Gary sends in a $1.99 super chat. Thank you very much, Gary. He says, "Will the Flash be delayed until March 2022?" PAGEY.
Yeah, PAGEY, answer this.
PAGEY.
Well, not March if it comes out. I don't know why you're saying March, Gary. If it gets delayed to 2022, it'll be January, I guess. That's usually when mid-season shows premiere.
End of January, usually.
I reckon he only said March because like it got delayed this year.
Yeah, but that was because of Superman and Lois. That was like different circumstances.
Yeah. So it's pretty unlikely. If it does get delayed, Gary, it's going to be January, not March. That was just a special circumstance. But thank you very much for the super chat, Gary, and for the support. Okay, Josh sends in a $4.99 super chat. Thank you very much, Josh. He says, "To me, the strongest episodes of the Arrowverse are bottle episodes. Agree or disagree?"
Disagree.
Flash time.
Disagree. I disagree.
What about Flash time? You really like that, right?
Yeah, but he's saying that the strongest episodes, meaning like he's talking about in general. Yeah, and I don't agree with that. There have been strong bottle episodes. We've had some. Flash time is a strong episode, but the problem is that those episodes kind of destroy the continuity of the season sometimes. Like the Flash time introduction did kind of mess with expectations for the Flash. So I would say that they can be, but they're not always the best.
Yeah, and people's like, I know lots of people didn't like the musical episode in the Flash, but like one of people's main concerns and like was that it was just like smack bang in the middle of the season, in the middle of a storyline, you know, in the middle of the Sabotage stuff. So I get that they can be disruptive, but like sometimes there is good episodes, but overall, I wouldn't say they are the best.
Well, PAGEY and I both said during the musical episode that it was weird because of the placement of it. It was like episode 17, wasn't it? 16 or 17? This is a weird place to have that episode.
Yeah.
Well, I must say, I have created something while Supergirl was going on. If you would like to contest in what I've created, we can do that after we answer this super. We've answered the super chat, I guess. No, it's not a cosplay, but it's going to be very, very fun.
Okay, well, we'll have to see that in a minute. So, yeah, I guess in terms of this super chat, I think we disagree as a whole, but like there is very good bottle episodes. But I appreciate you sending in, Josh.
I mean, here's the thing. Bottle episodes can be the core of a series. Like Supernatural pretty much survived on like independent bottle episodes. That's really the way that show worked, was every other episode was like a bottle episode. So it can work. I just don't think in the Arrowverse that they're the strongest episodes of the show. So.
Okay. PAGEY, what have you done? What has he done, people?
Look down the bottom. Share the screen.
Oh shit!
No.
No. What is this? Hold on.
Oh my god!
Let's just check it.
Do I even want to know what this is?
What is this?
It's like a game board, I guess, for
Eric and Ben.
Ben and Eric down the bottom.
Oh god! He's got a game board ready for the quizzing. So
Okay.
Hold on. Okay, so I've got a coin here. It's not a coin, it's
Yeah.
actually a highlighter, but I'll pick heads or tails. So Eric, you call heads or tails.
Wait, are
And
we
this is
doing
who
this
gets-
now?
Yeah, we're doing it right now.
Yeah, we can do it now. Sure.
Wait, do we need a board or is it we just
No.
gonna
You
answer?
just it has the answers on the thing.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, so call heads or tails.
Oh, you Ben. Heads or tails?
Heads.
He doesn't know what that means. He doesn't know what it means. Ben's like, I don't understand.
Okay, it was tails. So Eric, you can go. You can pick whether you want to go first or Ben goes first.
Ben.
Okay, Ben, pick a category and number. Actually, we'll just go in order. We'll just go in order. So just pick a category.
Okay. Movies.
Ooh, okay.
Of course.
Okay, so Ben's the only one that can answer this. If he can't answer it, so Ben gets first. So if Ben can't answer it, then Eric, you get a go.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, guys, it's the game show right now.
This is so funny.
Horse.
The answer is horse. Ben gets those points.
Yeah.
He did this because Ben's tablet is shit.
Okay.
That's why he did this.
Eric, you get to choose which category.
Let's do random.
Ooh, random. Which country consumes the most chocolate per capita?
That's a trick question, I feel like.
Yeah, because I know what I would think, but I don't know. Because our country is so fat, I'm going to say the United States of America because we have so many big people in this country.
Okay. I know that is incorrect. So Ben.
Okay. All right.
All right.
I'll give you 3 seconds.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Answer.
England.
Switzerland.
Switzerland. Oh, it's because they have like those.
Well, I know, but Switzerland, like my country, has a problem with sugars and sweets, so I don't. That's really weird, but okay.
Okay, Ben, you can answer the super chat. Yeah.
Wait, let's just answer this quick, and then we'll get back to the quiz. Thanks very much, Jason. Never believed Kara would leave for the future now with a whole Kryptonian family. No way, if anything, Argo. Still think she will sacrifice her powers in the end. I think, yes, there's a possibility about Argo, but I'm going to say it's more likely for the future stuff. Like
having her around but not being able to come in and do anything is going to be very frustrating. That's why they did what they did with Arrow. So
yeah. And sacrificing her powers, I'm not sure about that. I think she's going to keep her powers. That's just my thoughts. But anyway, thank you very much, Jason, for the super chat. And we are just going to go back to our little game show right here. PAGEY.
Okay, it's your go, Ben. It's your go, Ben.
Can I go movies again?
You can go movies again if you want.
Yeah.
This isn't Trivial Pursuit, so go ahead.
In The Matrix, does Neo take the blue pill or the red pill?
Oh, I watched this the other day. Did he take the... This is going to prove me.
Eric, hold on. Write down your answer. Write down your answer, Eric, before Ben answers.
Let me get this board off.
Because it's only one of two. So I can't really go, Eric, if Ben gets it wrong.
It's basically this is basically a true or false question, basically.
Yeah. Okay. What's your choice, Ben? Blue or red?
Blue.
Hold up your answer, Eric.
I don't remember. I really don't remember.
Am I holding up my answer now?
Oh, you've already written it?
Yeah.
Oh, I got it wrong.
Yeah, the answer's red. So Eric gets
I
those.
legit watched The Matrix the other day.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote it down. That's why I didn't want to hold it up because I'm like, is Ben's answer locked in or what? So.
Okay,
well,
Eric, your choice. So Eric's now ahead off a Ben
let's
question.
do movies for 300.
Going full on. What's the name of the anthemic dance near the beginning of the Rocky Horror Picture Show?
The Time Warp.
Eric, up to 500 points.
Airrick,
Ben, it's time to catch up. What do you go,
Ben?
Oh, we got an Arrowverse. In which season of The Flash did the Elseworlds crossover take place?
Wait. My mind is going.
Don't look at the chat because the chat's probably going
season 5. Season 5. No, I don't have the chat up.
The answer is season
Sorry,
5.
I had
so
to
from now,
try this. But,
from now, I'll just get you both to give an answer, but the person whose question it is gives the answer first. So, yeah. So if they're wrong, then the other person's answer can stand. Okay. So Airrick, your turn.
Movies for 400.
Oh. Okay. What Hollywood movie star plays himself in Zombieland?
It's so easy.
What are we? How are we doing this again? Am I
You just give me your
answer?
answer, and then Ben can give me an answer afterwards.
It's so easy
as well.
So we're both answering it then?
Yeah, but it's only just in case you get it wrong.
Should we just say at the same time? But Airrick.
No, don't say it at the same time. Airrick, you answer.
Movie Zombieland? Is it Zac Efron?
No.
What's your answer, Ben?
Bill Murray.
Yeah, I don't know. I never seen the movie.
That's what I mean.
I have no idea.
So even if you got it right, I'd still.
We both get the point, basically. Right.
Yeah. No. Just you would get the point because it's your question. But just in case you got it wrong.
Yeah, I never seen the movie, so I'm just guessing. I've never.
You've never seen Zombieland? I can understand the second one.
I don't like. I'm not a zombie person. Like I don't watch zombies. So.
God, Ben takes the lead. So Ben, your question now. Your time.
Movies for 500.
Oh, going all in. Everyone's dreading history, I think.
Yeah.
I have a strategy that I hope pays off. So that's why.
What is the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time? So what's your answer, Ben?
R-rated movie. I'm trying to think. And
you can think of an answer, Airrick, and give it after Ben answers.
Yeah, I have an idea.
I have an idea.
Well, I'll give you 5 more seconds. 1.
Okay,
2.
I'm just going to say it. Deadpool.
What's your answer, Airrick?
The Joker.
Joker. Airrick gets the points.
So much more. Good job, Airrick.
Is it my go?
Yes, it is yours.
All right, so now let's do history for 100.
History for 100. What popular fast food chain restaurant was first opened in 1955?
McDonald's.
What's your answer, Ben?
Yeah, McDonald's.
Yeah, so Airrick gets the points. Just making sure. Okay, you're next up, Airrick. I'm sorry, Ben.
Okay, let's do music.
Ooh, thought this would be Airrick's category of specialty. Rock band AC/DC actually originates from which country?
I like their music, but I have no idea. Eric's gonna kill me. He's DJ Airrick.
Doesn't mean I know everything about music. So,
I mean, the obvious one in my head, but America.
No, Airrick, what's your answer?
Was it from Britain? Australia. Okay.
Let's say Australia. I had it in my head, but I was like, oh, I'm just.
You should have because PAGEY probably loves AC/DC. So.
Yeah.
I thought it was an easy question.
I knew they weren't American, but is it my
yeah, I knew it. But
your guy.
All right, let's do random for 200.
Ooh, random for 200. In the United Kingdom, what is the day after Christmas known as?
Is it Boxing Day?
Yeah. What's your answer, Ben?
Boxing Day.
It is Boxing Day.
God damn.
Airrick gets the points. Okay, Ben, you're up.
Imagine I got that question. Let's go Aravis for 200.
Ooh. What is the name of Stargirl's weapon of choice?
Jesus Christ.
Really?
That's the easiest question.
Really?
The staff?
The cosmic staff.
The answer. I have to give it to Airrick because you just said the staff. Airrick is leading almost 1,000 points. Airrick, what's your
let's do random for 300.
Oh God, you're going into the random. Which Disney film features the song "When You Wish Upon a Star"? Technically, this could be movies, but I just went. They're just all random. These all could all fit in other categories if you want. So yeah, which Disney? Yeah.
Is it
What's your answer?
Cinderella?
What's your answer, Ben? Do you have an answer?
I think it's Cinderella. I don't know.
Pinocchio. Oof.
I have no idea.
I've
No
never seen
points.
Pinocchio, so I was gonna say.
Your choice, Ben.
Let's do random again.
Oh, what, you need the points. That's why.
Wasn't that a movie in random? That's so funny. That was a movie question.
Yeah, it can be
Yeah.
anything. There could be a music
Okay.
question in random if
Alright.
they wanted to. There might be. I'm not too sure. I can't remember. What is the name of the Earth's largest ocean? This is Ben's question. So Ben answers first.
Okay, the Pacific Ocean.
What's your answer, Eric?
I would give the same answer, Pacific Ocean.
Ben fighting back
400
slowly.
points.
500 points. Okay, Eric, your choice.
Let's do random for 500.
Oh, this could be a deadly one. This could be
spicy.
a bad move for Eric potentially.
Maybe. I don't know.
Which country produces the most coffee in the world?
Brazil.
What's your answer, Ben?
Brazil.
The answer is Brazil. Eric, 1,000 points ahead. Ben, let's go. What are you choosing?
Let's go history, I guess. Why not?
Ooh. The first World Cup for soccer, in brackets football, was held in which country in 1930?
Wait, did you make these questions?
Yes.
No, I'm just asking. Okay.
Like I selected them, and put them in here.
Okay. England.
Do you have an answer, Eric?
I'm gonna say France.
Uruguay.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, Eric, your choice.
Let's do Arrowverse for 300.
Ooh. Grant Gustin is one of 2 actors to appear in every episode of The Flash. Who is the other actor?
Iris.
Do you have an answer, Ben?
Candice.
Yep. Ben gets the answer correct because Iris is not an actor.
I know. I thought about that. I thought about it.
Nice.
I had to get you on the technicality there.
He needs
Eric.
the points anyway, so I'll let him have it.
Was that
Thanks,
charity? Your choice, Ben.
Let's go Arrowverse 400.
Ooh, he's trying to
bridge that gap. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He made the error there last time. Oh no, Eric did the risky one potentially, but got it wrong.
Yeah.
What is Felicity Smoke's father's name? Real name?
So I can't say his villain name.
No, his real name.
I have no freaking idea. Let's come up with like the most average American name. John Smoke. I have no idea.
Do you have an answer, Eric?
I was gonna say Donna, but then I realized that's the mother's name. So I'm gonna go with Richard. Richard. I don't know.
Noah Cutler.
Okay.
Obviously, the calculator is his villain name, but I think that would have been too easy.
Yeah.
Eric,
let's do history for 300.
Ooh. In what year did the Golden Globe Awards start?
1990.
Ben, you got an answer?
1996.
You are so far off.
Yeah, I don't know.
What?
I literally don't watch award shows. This would have been Ben's question to cake, I guess.
Yeah, but I had no idea.
When you were sitting there, I thought you were trying to calculate, okay, this year was the 79th annual blah, 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 or something. Trying to calculate back.
I was trying to use brain power.
Is Ben going to go for the gusto?
Yeah, you'll go, Ben.
I see a big old 500 sitting down there. Yeah. That's what I would have done.
Yeah.
Ooh. Cara Danvers has had 3 love interests on Supergirl. James Olsen, Mon-El, and who is the third?
It's it's Cat Grant's son. And it was Melissa's husband at the time. But what is his name? Do I need to get his name?
Yeah.
Oh, Come on. Name.
How much time does he have? Can I give an answer? Give an answer.
I'll give you 4 more seconds. 1, 2,
Okay.
3.
I feel like it was Adam or I'm staying with Adam.
Okay, Airrick, what's your answer?
Kenny.
You know what? I'm going to give it to Ben because he got Adam. I have to. That's such a hard question.
It is because, well, Kenny is also a love interest. She's had more than 3.
That's true. So she's had 4 now. But PAGEY hasn't watched those episodes.
I'm going to have to give Ben the 500. I'm going to have to. That's
absolutely. But Kenny was also a love interest.
Okay.
So.
Airrick, your choice.
Let's go for history for 400.
History.
400. Yep.
Let's go. Which popular entertainer was inducted into the US Army in 1958?
Inducted into the Army?
Yeah, into the US Army in 1958.
50.
Was it Elvis Presley?
What's your answer, Ben?
I don't know.
Entertainer, you probably mean musician. So
just entertainer in general.
Could have been a comedian too, because they did a lot of stuff with the troops. So that's what I was thinking. But I'm going with Elvis Presley. I don't know.
3, 2, 1.
Elvis. I have no idea.
The answer is Elvis. Airrick gets the 400. The 400. The 400. Okay, Ben, your choice.
Let's go history. Why not?
Ooh, we got to catch up, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's try to do the math. So that's Ben's, that's Airrick's, that's Ben's, that's Airrick's, that's Ben's. There's potential here for Ben to get a comeback if he.
But he's DJ Airrick. He is DJ Airrick.
I specifically wanted to save the music category for the end because I felt like logistically that gave me the best chance of pulling ahead. So that's why.
Okay, so Ben, focus. Here we go. History 500. Yeah. In 1999, Boris Yeltsin resigned as president of Russia. Who replaced him?
Freaking Putin. I don't know.
What the
Sorry,
fuck?
what'd you say? That was my watch. It thought I was asking you a question.
I don't know. Putin. No idea.
What's your answer, Airrick?
I would have given the same answer because I don't know.
Well, you're correct, Ben.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
That's how long he's been president for.
Jeez.
Okay.
Right, look how close it is. Look how close it is.
Okay, Airrick.
It's a race to the end.
Well, obviously you're going to.
Yeah, let's just go down. Let's run down the thing.
ABBA originated in which country?
Australia.
Ben.
Sweden.
Yeah, Ben.
Sweden, Airrick. What?
Wow. Ben is now ahead with the question advantage. He gets to answer first.
Yeah.
Wow. Here we go. Ben, 300. What pop singer is known as the Material Girl?
I
can't believe how close this is, by the way.
Answer, because the chat's gonna start spamming it.
3, 2, 1.
Freaking and I have no idea.
Madonna.
I give up.
The answer is Madonna. Airrick gets the points.
I have no idea.
Okay, Airrick, you could technically seal it up with this answer if you get it correct.
I'm gonna get it wrong. I know I am because the next one is Ben's. You already said that. So.
Music for 400. What male vocalist sings "Drop It Like It's Hot"? It should say, by the way,
the Snoop Dogg.
Hold on. It's male vocalists.
Well, Snoop Dogg and Pharrell Williams.
What's your answer, Ben?
Same.
Snoop Dogg / Pharrell Williams.
DJ Airrick coming in hot right now.
Well, we will do the last question just to see how long it is. So, Ben, of course, you get the first choice. Which Beatle had dyslexia?
I have no idea. Just Paul McCartney.
John Lennon.
Airrick. Dyslexia.
That's funny. That's one of my questions. Like the question, the true or false question.
The answer's John Lennon. The answer's John Lennon.
But I knew who it was, but I didn't realize that you. Yeah, never mind.
That's a fail. The answer is John Lennon, though. I know that.
Great people. Well,
I continue to wear the crown. I continue to wear the crown between
DJ Airrick, me and hot with those music questions.
Yeah.
Anyway,
look at that.
Yeah, final.
Airrick wins 3,600 to 2,500. Ben shall go home crying.
Ben, I'm actually surprised you didn't know the name of the cosmic staff. That one was like, I thought for sure.
No, but I did know it. See, it's just these simple questions that I just like go over my head in the moment. I don't know. I said the staff.
That's a stream clip moment with
the staff.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you might want to check your super chats. I don't know if you had any while we were doing that because I had the chat closed. So.
Oh well, there we go. Ben
I don't
loses to Airrick.
I don't think we had any, so I think we're okay as far as scrolling up. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I mean this has been a cool after party. After party? No, the after party was yesterday. After party 5.0. I'm joking. But yeah. The quiz was fun. Airrick wins once again. I guess we're gonna do another one pretty soon. Wait, was that your quiz, Paigey, that you had planned for like last week?
No, that's I have another. Those were other questions I just did when you were.
That was on your iPad, right? Is that what you did that on?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I did that. There's a website called Jeopardy Labs that you can create that. So I just went to that and then made it.
I thought you did it on your tablet.
Yeah.
I could. Maybe next time.
Maybe. And we have one final topic, guys.
All right, come on.
Airrick's beard color. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be, guys? We need your thoughts. Bright pink. Any other color?
I'm gonna bleach this out. This remaining color that we have here, I'm gonna bleach this out. I'm gonna start over. So
we need some opinions on what
the options. I think were lime green or neon pink. I think were the two options. Lime green or neon pink. I have no idea.
Neon pink.
Maybe I should put this up as a Twitter poll too. Well, I think purple. I've done purple twice in a row now.
You did purple already. Let's not do purple.
I've done red and I've done purple. So
yeah,
I'm gonna put it up as a Twitter poll right now.
Blue. Oh wait, have you done blue before?
No.
I don't know. Janelli sends in a $2 super chat. Thanks, Janelli. I'm down for another quiz in the next live stream. Well, it'll probably be on the after party, right, guys?
What is that?
Yeah, because I think Airrick has a quiz for you and me, and I have a quiz for you and Airrick.
And actually, if that website seemed to work better than writing it down, so maybe we should do that for all of them each time.
Yeah, and I guess everyone can look at the questions like a visual cue thing. And the points are easier because there's a bit more stakes, there's a bit more risk involved than a simple 1 point.
Well, thank you very much, Chanelli. And so stay tuned on Airrick streams, the after party, and you'll be seeing the next quiz sometime very soon.
And if you want to vote on the poll, go to my Twitter because at DJ Airrick, because I'm doing an official beard color Twitter poll.
Official beard color Twitter poll. Go check it out. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys later. And go check out Airrick's channel, Paige's channel. You can go check out the after party if you missed that yesterday. That's up on Airrick's channel. They talk about some different stuff as well.
Baby vomit green.
But okay, we'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.